Back for another Husker 24/7 3-minute drill. I'm Michael Bruntz, Brian Christopherson over here. Fresh off of a big and emotional win over Colorado. Heard from Nebraska assistants and players today, talking about one of the sexier topics that you could possibly have going into this week, perimeter blocking.
Important, but not sexy.
Right.
However, it kind of is fitting because last week it had a lot of great juicy storylines with Nebraska, Colorado. This game, not quite as much like that. Nebraska, Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa is kind of I think, old school, pounded at you type of team. And Nebraska, I think if you are honest about their offensive play so far, there's been some good things, but one of the things that has been lacking is perimeter blocking, and they've brought it up since week one. There's been some plays, screen plays that have gotten blown up right away, and they just haven't taken off because guys are missing their blocks out there. So the wide receivers have really been challenged this week to step it up there, and we'll see if that can help them break a few plays and not get holding calls in the meantime, as happened against Colorado. On the other side of the ball, the defense, don't read your own press clippings. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, if you still read press clippings, don't. Tony White's been working really hard this week to kind of hammer home the growth that's still out there for the defense. They had 6 sacks against Colorado. They really liked what they were able to do with their 4-man pass rush against Colorado. But it's going to be a different challenge this week. It's going to be a lot of, in a phone booth type stuff. Northern Iowa's going to try to run the ball right at Nebraska. And, Tony White's making sure, everybody's adhering to that 24-hour rule. They've moved on. So they're the worst defense in the country because it's Tuesday and there's work to do. So we'll see if they can kind of answer the bell in a little bit of a different way. I guess one positive to kind of take out of that Colorado game is Jacory Barney.
Yeah, Barney, we knew he was going to play, but he just fits right in, doesn't act like he's a true freshman out there. He had only 57 yards on the stat sheet, but our eyes told us he was much more than that. He had a 51-yard play that was called back. He had, I think, another play that was called back too. And he's just electric in space. If he just gets just a little wiggle room, it's a problem for the defense. So it's just a matter of time before he takes one of those to the house. I'm kind of wondering if he's just going to get the ball more and we're going to see his playing time go up. Obviously, he's still got things to learn as a freshman. He's Dylan Raiola's roommate, by the way, for those who like good roommate talk. So there's a connection there. But yeah, Barney, probably more interesting to people than the perimeter blocking topic as far as stories go, but they all matter, and they're all going to need to have their say on Saturday night.
They all matter, and we'll be discussing all of that and much more leading up to Saturday's game with Northern Iowa at Husker 24/7, so make sure you get there for all of your Nebraska coverage.